Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and we have all of our workers today. Yay! And then we had a surprise yesterday. No one was really expecting it. So we had a delivery yesterday, and there was no one here, so I ended up putting the materials all over the place, and then the cement ended up in the kitchen. So I'm sure these guys enjoyed their little surprise when they got here this morning. So the cement in the kitchen, so it made it hard for them to do much of anything. They had to move stuff before they could start working today. Anyways, let's walk around and see what's going on. Alright, and here's all the cement that they shoved in here for breakfast. Or their little surprise breakfast, I guess you could call it. And here's all the plywood. These guys are over here adding more rebar, re-strengthening everything. Putting their little crank bars in here, and I think they're actually adding some other stuff going on. I'm not 100% sure. The foreman just told me they're putting more rebar and everything. So I think they're strengthening things. We'll see how things go throughout the day. Alright, I guess we have gained a couple people, but 2 people called out and one's birthday today, so we got 8 people total. So I was wrong. I thought we had everybody here all 9, but my counting was a little bit off. And then I guess we gained 2 extra bodies too, so that's great. And we needed that. We gained a skilled guy, so that's even better. So it's a interesting and struggle watching these guys trying to put in this rebar around these downspouts. Almost thinking that there should have been a better way of doing this. Maybe put them in the hollow blocks like we did on our one for our Blackwater. Because I mean, it doesn't look much different. They did 3-inch so they can fit it in between the hollow blocks. So here, if you hadn't seen before, is the 3-incher, which is our Blackwater, in between all the hollow blocks, and it actually works great. I mean, by the time they cover it up, it's no problem, and it's a lot easier to access. If I have to do anything with these downspouts in these columns, I'm in trouble. I think I'm just gonna have to reroute it or something, and not go through these columns, because I ain't getting them out of there, and I ain't getting to them with them being in there. So hopefully there's no failure at all with the pipes in the columns. It's not gonna be fun. So I know there's a lot of comments about it, about why you guys put it in the columns, but you know, it's a normal practice here in the Philippines. Maybe not anywhere else, but here in the Philippines it's a normal practice. There's absolutely a ton of houses in our little subdivision that have all of the downspouts in their columns. I mean, there's a few that they have them on the outside, but I would suspect probably 75%, maybe more than that have their downspouts through their columns. You know, it's just the way they do it here in the Philippines. I mean, it's a lot different than a lot of other countries. It might not be up to code for certain places, but it works here. Yes, I understand it probably, I'm sure it weakens the columns the way they do it, but I mean, just I guess that's how it is. I mean, they work with it. It all gets approved through city planning. It shows on our blueprints that it's there, so they don't have any issues with the way it's being done. There is our neighbors getting their delivery. It is January 6th. Today is they're just getting their delivery for their stuff. They're not going to start construction until the 8th, I heard, but because of superstition. But anyways, there is so much construction going on in this little subdivision. I mean, it's new but old. Some of the people have had their properties here for a long time. It's just that everybody is just starting to build. I would suspect there's probably 15 houses around this little bit of area, just walking around, that is in some point of building their houses around here. I know Maricel had talked to the lady that owns this property, and then there is the kids playing with the basketball. Once Ranger has the basketball, forget about it. He doesn't like to share the basketball. Anything else, it's easy to get it away from him. He'll let you have it, but he really likes that basketball. Any type of basketball. You hear it bouncing, man, he is barking and howling because he wants to go play with the basketball. You gotta watch it. He gets a little frisky. Sometimes get your hand by accident when you're trying to grab the ball and get it away from him. Or if you're playing basketball, then that's another story. He goes crazy about it. It is afternoon. Well, pretty much the same stuff going on. They're just adding more rebar, these crank bars, what they call them, into all this rebar. Other than that, nothing else. I'm not sure really, nothing too exciting really. For me, this is like the boring part, but important. I mean, really not too much to really see what's going on. It's just a slow process, everything getting twisted and churned, and I'm ready for them to just start pouring something to make it look like there's something there besides a bunch of rebar. I know it'll come at some point. They're using all their beams that they're walking on, their scaffolding. They're putting it underneath to use that for the bottom part so it'll be nice and strong when they do pour.
Alright, my husband is going home now. So these guys are doing the corner window section of the house, and they are adding, I think, 12 mm size as a reinforcement for the bottom. So this guy are bending the rebar so that 12 mm is much easier to pass through. So this rebar that they're putting, they have to do you see that bent right there, and that is for the pipe. There is the foreman to assist this guy, because I'm not sure if the bend lays exactly on the pipe. So those two are still doing the top bar. I've seen that they also extended our 3 inches pipe all the way up, unlike the rest is not yet. Right there.
Babalik mo wala ang balik. Bali na lang, balik na. Huwag na yung bilog na yan. Ano na lang? Kali sa paparni mo ilagay, tapos magkabilang ngayon may kapapagarnay. Kabilang ngayon sa paparnay. Kali kabilang na lang. Balik mo. Parehas yung parehas.
I understand now why it seems like there is no improvement every day, but this is hard. They have to redo it like 3 times. What angle they have to go with. And this one takes 5% just to put that 12mm extra rebar. There's one on the back of the wall giving the rebar, handing out to this guy, and then this corner takes 3%. They are still stuck on this part. They're still having a hard time on this one.
Patayo muna, patayo.
It's very crowded on that part. Foreman gives them a 16mm.
Ay, natinga tayo natinga. Pasak.
Ayos na yan. Basta nasa ibabaw ka. Parang ibabaw.
Hindi naman lalabas ano yan, ayos lang. Hindi naman lalabas ang buhos.
Oh, I see what's the purpose of that round bent. The extra support for that top, because that's only 2 and they're putting the 3rd one in the middle. And because there is a downspout, they cannot pass through in between, so they have to make a C bent. Well, they made it work, and they are putting the tie wires so they can lock that extra piece for the top, so that bent in the middle won't move. Well, they're done on that one. They're doing this part on the front to add the extra rebar. So these guys are having fun writing everything, all their measurements on the wall. So you can see there's numbers here. There's number here.
Bandals tayo, bandals.
There's another handwriting in here. Everywhere you look, every post we have, there is always a drawing. This guy are done putting the top bar, and now they're adding a extra rebar, which is 12mm on this line. And they have the crazy bent again for the column in that corner because there is a PVC pipe in there. These 3 are now having fun on their side because that side are done. Now it's their turn, and they bent as much as possible the 16mm for the column. And the foreman is outside supervising.
Korea para, kaya mo ga? Ha? Korea na. Tapos hindi lang kaptay. Bubuting nga yung baka
Kailangan kang palabasin para.
Okay, para pa sa'yo. Tapos salang pasok dito.
Ano ba pare, balik na natin yan?
Hindi na lang.
Balik na natin yan.
Sige.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Every day there's always changes, and we're happy for that, even though we're missing few people every day. My husband's still not feeling good, but anyway, hope you guys enjoy our today's video, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like it and hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't subscribed. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.